The right of way is still, the right of way, the right of way is still the right of way.
Can you?
Thank you.
Can you move this picture so Dennis
Yeah,
can see
he
double,
has to.
can see double D's more?
Yeah, it's further to the right on that screen, as well as their property. That corner basically right there, that's
Okay.
what he's talking about, you can see a fence.
Yep.
So even on this
Sure.
map, it's hard.
Now, if they move that, you know, 10 feet to the south there, then they're fine.
Okay, that's the.
Well, I feel that is not true because you have to have a 75-foot offset.
Well,
I
I
know how it
mean,
is.
I mean with regards to our right of way, I don't believe you can actually build a structure into the dam, so, based on that
Right.
2006 agreement. But a non-permanent fence, a barrier type fence that's just placed is a totally different story. Which is kind of what we're talking about with docks, if people, you say somebody lost a dock in here, need to replace it, as we talked last month, as long as they have a floating dock or one that isn't fixed into the dam, they're fine. And as long as it's within their riparian property. And you can see the right of way pretty clearly on this one, the dashed line. So some people have a little more than others.
Anybody?
Well, you heard my proposal.
So is there any verbiage from the DNR on permanent piers?
Say again?
Is there any verbiage from the DNR on permanent piers?
You remember, Joe? I don't remember that. No, I don't think so.
So they would be okay?
No, they would not be okay because what's clear isn't about docks, it's about penetrations. So, yeah,
I just want,
yeah, I see what you do, yeah.
because those are a popular thing going in now.
Mhm.
I see the fence is like, isn't it kind of a deterrent for people to park there?
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I think over time if it fell apart like that chain link fence, then it would get removed. But we don't necessarily use fences to stop people from parking areas, we use no parking signs.
Which I don't think there's any there.
Yeah, we can look into that.
Well, regardless of what it's on private property, public property. And if someone else wanted to do it wherever, they couldn't do it, so.
So do you wanna make a motion?
I don't know how you feel on the fence.
I personally would see all fences come down if it were me. It's on public property or, county property and it shouldn't be there. They built it without getting permits. Again, if they put it on your property, would you like it? So, that's my personal opinion. Again, I'm one person.
There was talk of grandfathering and it's been there,
Doesn't make
I just
it
wanna
right.
remind that's.
Just because it's grandfathered does not make it right, and again, at what point does it, who's gonna determine when it is deteriorated?
Nothing's grandfathered officially.
No, there was just talk.
No, it was
talk
talk,
of that,
yeah.
thereof.
Well, how you feel on your piers and stuff like that, if they deteriorate, they cannot be replaced?
Correct. Well, they can put in portables, right?
Right,
Floating, yeah.
but no permanent.
I think the gentleman had a valid point with kids, playing along the lake or even keeping them out of the lake. Listen, Tony puts up a fence, I don't know, it's not easy this.
Well, like I say, you're my proposal.
What's the footage, I guess, that we're talking about? Do we have that? If the county were to put up a fence, tear their fences down, all fences have to be removed, and the county put up a fence, cause now we've eliminated a problem of kids, and we
Put up
don't,
a fence with gates to go for each property owner to get access to their park.
I don't know that I'd put it for each property owner, but I'd put them, again, what's the, I don't know that whole span, to me, I would say. if I'm
Some
looking
areas
at-
are probably
Huh?
6 feet, right? Can you,
Well, the
I can-
right of way is the right of way.
I can measure the length, we can measure that, I think it's around 1,000 feet run total, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the narrowest to the widest maybe?
That would be a good.
I was just doing the one that we can do this.
if the county were to have everybody take their fences down, we put up our own fence, and put an opening every 100 feet. I mean, again, they have access, I don't know what's right, I'm not saying a gate, I'm just saying an opening.
Well, I think the right thing to do if you're going down that course is each property owner has a
Property owner,
fence.
you know, so then you can access your right of way. of your-
Probably one that is a pretty significant fence so that they can get property through it.
Sure,
So we're not talking a little gate, we're talking
10 foot,
enough to get those docks out.
Both up to
Lifts, I mean.
8 feet.
So 10 foot would work.
10 foot would work,
A slip, I don't know how wide a slip, a lift is, cause they're gonna have to come out of there too. A lift is probably 12 foot wide.
12.
Yeah, so you're talking a lot of gates, significant gates. So cost wise, with all those gates,
You're talking.
1,000 feet? I don't know, what do we think, DJ, 60,000 or more?
Or more.
well,
You're talking roughly 30 gates.
Yeah, it's quite,
The gates are
quite a
gonna happen
bit.
quickly.
gates are really where your costs are shooting up. So,
Okay, and what's our urgency on making a decision on this matter?
I think we should make some form of a decision before the boating season's over. So,
Well, shame on me, I should've drove over there, I'd like to see this in person, to be honest. Versus a drone.
If push comes to shove, I'll make a motion that, we take the fences out and then anything that has to be repaired or deteriorated cannot be repaired. They can put the floating piers in, but nothing, in the water or whatever.
you're saying take the fences
Take
completely out?
everything off from, public property.
I have a motion,
No.
do I have a second?
I would disagree.
Yeah.
You're gonna have,
The fences, I think that is a deterrent for the kids who either go back or forth. And it's for
And come up with another motion,
Come up with a
so
motion.
we're not just sitting there.
I have no second, so motion fails. Rick?
All I can say to this happen, if we leave this go, the next person that comes to zoning and wants something done, I don't wanna see them deny.
I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, sir, this isn't a two-way conversation.
no, I'm listening, I couldn't see it.
We can't,
Okay.
yeah.
My other concern would be if they come, the services come in and they allow them to take the lifts off that side and put them on trucks, you got 30 lifts and all those piers and traffic, J is a busy road. So then we make them take them by barge to the boat launch, which is all the way at the other end of the lake. And I agree with you, Ken, because, right, I mean, we tell people they can't park at a bar
Across the street.
across the street on
Oh,
our property.
we do it every month.
This is but a tough decision for us, you know. But what happened, you know, just in the spotlight, so I don't know. I can agree with everything that's said.
Oh, yeah. So, again, we talk gates, I don't necessarily think we need a gate. I think if we put in 20 feet of fence, we have an opening, we put in 20 feet of fence, have an opening, whatever that might be.
I'm just thinking through, if,
Again,
where would this fence be? So
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's along our property line.
it'd have to be on our
If it's
property.
along our property line,
Yep.
they're not getting anything out of that water. Unless there's a large.
But I don't know if we want it to come out of there anyway right now, unless it goes by barge.
And I do agree with this gentleman, that that'd be a pretty expensive way of getting them out of there.
What's a life worth though?
What?
What's a life worth?
Light?
Life.
Oh,
What
life.
yeah, what are you worth?
Well, we all know the answer to that.
Exactly.
So,
So again.
Can I completely, Ken, you went through that whole thing in your township?
Yep.
So they had to remove everything?
Mine knows about it.
Can
Can
you zone this, can you have a, I don't know, like a 3D image of this, so we could see the fences and the openings that the individual people have at this point? Maybe that might
we
be.
can show the drone again. There you go.
So, okay,
Here's your drone image.
yep. What's in between the two wooden posts? There's a chain. Okay, how wide is that?
Yeah, but currently, that's just for pedestrian access. And sometimes we see a vehicle pulled up in there, but you're not gonna pull those lifts through that.
I guess at this point, I'm not worried about the lifts.
Okay.
Me personally, again, I don't.
But you can see that part of that fence is perpendicular to the road and part of it's horizontal.
All the way down to the lake.
Or parallel and perpendicular, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, Rich, I know we want a decision, there's now, I know Bud probably will say this, he wants to take a look at it.
We can table this till
Let's
September.
table it.
Joel
I'll,
wants
we
to
go as
look
a
at it.
committee, we just go individually,
Just make a motion table.
I make a motion to table it.
I'll second.
I've got a first and a second, I'm tabling this until next month.
Well,
or
September.
September, excuse me. And I would urge each board member to take a ride out there and take a look, and we'll collectively make a decision.
I would invite each board member to stop at my place if they want to.
Thank you.
I think we need to close the vote, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, Office of